Hello everyone, Bruce Carlton again with Highly Mazda of Hurst, and I'm here looking at the 2019 Mazda 6. This is the touring trim level, which I would say is kind of like the mid trim. Very nicely equipped at this price point, under $27,000 I believe. This is going to give you a larger 19-inch wheel. It's going to have advanced keyless entry, the whole slate of safety features that are on the market today, including blind spot monitoring, rear cross traffic alert, high beam control, lane departure warning with lane watch assist. It also gives you radar cruise control, forward obstruction warning systems, but hey, who cares about all that? Just look at this thing, it's beautiful. Beautiful front grille, that's what Mazda's going for. I love how they really add some three-dimensional elements and lots of detail. The headlights on this vehicle are LED, so they're much brighter, and that's gonna be great because it'll last longer as well. And one thing that I love is this, with this color, is it's just very reflective. This is our machine gray. Really cool color, actually has a nice finish on the wheels as well. Plenty of space in the trunk. I'll open that up for you in just a second, but let's take a look at the interior. Again, advanced keyless entry, so one touch there that lets you in, and of course with the push button start, you're off and running. Has two available interior choices. This happens to be the darker one, the other one's sand, which is kind of like a tan interior. Of course, it does give you a really nice finish on the inside with stitch elements everywhere, soft touches inside the door and all around. So this is a very nice vehicle. Hand stitched leather steering wheel. I love those gauges because they're very clean and bright. They actually light up white in the evening, and you know, just a little vroom vroom there. It's a very quiet vehicle too. In fact, let me hit the mute button so you can hear what I'm saying. This is the command switch, which, as you can see up here, allows you to maneuver. And it's a little bit of a reach with Mazda. It is a touchscreen, you know, whenever you're stationary, but whenever you're driving, it's going to default down to this command switch. So I think you'll get used to it really quickly. Here, let me show you. So tap down to select, and then you can push over, you can scroll down, and then of course it has these shortcuts. So if I want to go back to the home screen, which I can, or to the navigation with your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, this always takes you to the previous screen, so you'll see that right here. And it takes it back there. This will take you straight to the favorites, so you can also scroll through them, which is nice because there's nothing up there now, or you can select them here from the button on, just like with most cars. I think overall though, this command switch actually gives the vehicle a nice clean presentation across the dash. And I said I'd mute it, so this is like your main volume. You can also tap down to mute too, which is nice. So beautiful storage area right there. I put those keys in for depth, and here you can see it does have a Tiptronic shift, which is nice, so you can control it like a manual. Sport mode for a more enthusiastic driving experience, although this is a very fuel efficient ride. You're going to benefit also with the auto hold feature, which is kind of like if you want to, while you're in drive, you can actually put it in auto hold and it will take your foot off the brake. It does have an electronic parking brake, up to engage, down to disengage. Nice little element here where it hides that if you're not interested in seeing that, and of course just gives it a nice clean presentation as well. I'd say this is really nicely balanced here, so you can see my elbow sits nice and comfortable right there, and then lands right there on the shifter for let's get after that zoom drive. So here's another charger source there, which actually has a picture of a battery on it to remind you that it will stay hot while the vehicle is shut off, which is a nice feature too. This is where the SD card goes if you decide to add the Mazda navigation, and there is the Apple CarPlay Android Auto hookup and another USB as well. So a lot of neat little features there. These seats are super comfortable. Imagine you're probably interested in that, so I'll talk a little about that. This is the leatherette trim, and Mazda did a good job of really kind of giving you this S-line curve in the seat, which really matches your posture. It's very, very comfortable. They kind of incline a little bit, so that really gets the weight balance there on your bottom. And by the way, speaking of which, it keeps it nice and toasty with these heated seats too. Dual air, and does have rear air vents in the back in the touring line. Just wanted to show that at least. And let's take a look at the rear seating room, because I think a lot of people are interested in that. So let's take a look at that. Automatic lights, rain sensing windshield wipers, tilt and telescoping steering wheel. I could go on, but I think you're more interested. Oops, let me unlock it, that'll help. While I'm at it, I'll show the trunk too. So the seat was adjusted for me I'm about 6 foot tall myself, and as you can see, very comfortable. Got plenty of room. Actually has this really nice center armrest here, and nice little storage area in it. It's got a couple cup holders, and underneath this storage area you'll find 2 USB charging ports. Kids love that. So yeah, this is the Mazda 6. Let's take a look at the trunk. By the way, while I'm stalling for time as I get around the vehicle, this vehicle has a 5-star government crash test score, which really is nice. It's been the top Safety Pig Plus recipient in its class, and as you can see here, it gets up to 35 miles per gallon and will average around town very close to flirting with 30. That's really good for a vehicle of this size. This is considered like a full-size sports sedan. It does have a very sporty feel to it. Now the seats do lay flat, as you can imagine, but just kind of giving you some idea of depth there. This is about a little bit longer than my arm, and that just goes way back there, guys. So plenty spacious. Well, again, this is Bruce Carlton, Highly Mazda of Hurst. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope it found it useful. Please let me know if there's anything else you'd like for me to add in the comments, and I'll be happy to do so. Thanks again for your time.